conversation, because we've got Rajiv Pratap Rudy with us, we have Pawan Khera with us, we have with us Colonel Ajay Shukla and Lieutenant General Vijay Ahluwalia. I want to show you the political face-off that ensued, where we had Rahul Gandhi, Member of Parliament of the Congress, come and ask the Indian government why the Indian soldiers were unarmed. Sambit Patra hit back, citing old defense agreements between the Indian and the Chinese side, which say that along the line of actual control, soldiers will not open fire. Take a look at the face-off and then we get started.
चीन ने हिंदुस्तान के शस्त्रहीन सैनिकों की हत्या करके एक बहुत बड़ा अपराध किया है। मैं पूछना चाहता हूं, इन वीरों को बिना हथियार खतरे की ओर किसने भेजा और क्यों भेजा? कौन जिम्मेदार है?
जिस प्रकार की राजनीति आज राहुल गांधी करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, वो अपने आप में न केवल चिंताजनक है, वो अपने आप में कांग्रेस की राजनीति को और कांग्रेस के विचारधारा को दर्शाती है। रीड, अंडरस्टैंड एंड देन स्पीक, मिस्टर राहुल गांधी।
Let me go across to the general on our show as you set the context for what is going through everybody's minds. If the Indian army was to go into the kind of disengagement conversation with the Chinese army and there was an attack which ensued, should the soldiers not have opened fire? Did they have permission to open fire? Is there any agreement in the past that actually holds them back, General Ahluwalia, from opening fire?
Yeah, Rahul, thank you. First of all, let me just bring out to you that in an operational area, every soldier would always carry his weapon and his ammunition along with him. Line of actual control is no exception. But there are certain times when the soldiers do not carry a weapon with them. For example, border personal meetings that take place at Chushul and Moldo, the officers and the men go in ceremonial dress. They do not carry any weapons. But while I was the corps commander in Ladakh region in 2008-2009, I am very certain that all our troops carried weapons on patrolling, long-range patrolling, every time with them. So there is no doubt that our soldiers are required to carry weapons with them. But point with China is that we have agreements with them in 1996 called the Confidence Building Measures, and 2003, 2012, 2013. And I want to quote to you what actually is the latest one of October 2013. It says neither side will use its military capabilities against the other side, and respective military strength shall not be used to attack. And one of the very prominent portion of these agreements has been to have maximum self-restraint. Not to use
does that hold when you're under attack, General Ahluwalia? Because of course what you're saying makes perfect sense because those are the border agreements, but when you're under such a brutal attack, do these agreements hold? And do you think it's because of these agreements that the Indian army, despite being in the face of brutal assault, didn't open fire against the Chinese?
I will like to say that when such kind of a violent scuffle takes place by a particular party which has breached the trust of the other party, because we have actually worked on a trust. That means on a trust that we said that we will not use our weapons. They carry the weapons slung on the backside. When such kind of activity takes place, yes, it will be quite possible to use weapons for self-protection.
Now, Pawan Khera, I think at some level everyone needs to reflect on who's the enemy here. It's very easy for Rahul Gandhi to wake up every morning, take a slingshot at the Prime Minister, but is the real enemy not China in this case? Should we not be first figuring out how to defang the dragon, send him back home, give him a befitting reply? If you keep taking these pot shots every morning, does it not enhance the audience costs? The audience costs being, just the kind of expectation the public has. And is that really the right approach? Can we not put politics at this time on pause just for a while when the actual enemy is across the line of actual control?
Rahul, if the objective is to keep denying that there's been no intrusion, because the enemy has understood your vulnerability. Your vulnerability is public perception. Your vulnerability is I'm a strong man who's absolutely sure about national security. So to protect the public perception, Modi ji and his ecosystem keeps denying. नहीं साहब एक इंच पे भी कब्जा नहीं हुआ. The nation doesn't get to know. This is LAC and not LOC. We don't know exactly what's happening there. Thanks to your maps, brilliant maps, that now we've got to know the exact scenario. Now, when Atalji was seeking answers in the middle of action, October 1962, 26th October, he goes to Jawaharlal Nehruji, seeks a special session of Parliament. Nehruji agrees, and 8th of November, the special session of Parliament takes place. A lot of MPs, including L.M. Singhvi, who was an independent MP from Rajasthan, come to Nehruji and say, Nehruji, आप इसको secret रखिए, इसको coverage नहीं होना चाहिए. Nehruji says, no, the nation has a right to know. Let them attack me. They have a right to attack me. They have a right to question me, and I should give the answers and let the country get to know. Was Atalji taking pot shots on Nehruji?
Okay,
Or
so
he
let
was
Rajiv Pratap
genuinely
Radi
asking
respond to this, and this is a perception across the strategic circle that the Prime Minister may be a victim of his own image, because you've taken this very muscular 56-inch ki chhati kind of position. Therefore, if there is an intrusion, if there is a confrontation, instead of accepting and being upfront with the public about what the situation on the ground is, you want to brush it under the carpet, or at least not admit it publicly till the time the situation escalates and there is no option but to accept what's happened, because you don't want to accept that on your watch something wrong could happen. How do you respond to Rahul Gandhi and Pawan Khera? Rajiv Pratap Rudy from the BJP.
So it's absolutely what you say, Rahul, an excellent explanation of good analysis of what is happening there, and that's a good job done. I would not doubt the authenticity, because there is no one who has confronted you on that issue, and I'm sure there are expert who has explained the entire maps, and there would be many more in the armed forces to cross-check with that. So that's an issue which I would not take up at all, and that's a good job done. But another point which you said, that the politicians are taking pot shots. Absolutely no one should take a pot shot on anyone. Even Pawan Khera, I appreciate what he said. My only submission is, when a national leader of a national party who has had a stint, they have had a stint to rule the country for last 50 years, make an incorrect statement. And that incorrect statement by Rahul Gandhi was that you are sending Indian soldiers to the borders without weapons. And as General Vijay explained, and many more people have explained, that it was the beginning was the 1996 treaty, where you have to restrain yourself, you do not have to carry weapons. And I'm not ready to believe that if our soldiers were carrying weapons, and if what was happening, the Chinese side or the Indian side would have waited and not used their weapons. So it's a fact that no side was carrying weapons. So this is an instigation and analysis which goes beyond. So the other aspect which you are talking is, which I mentioned, was factually incorrect, and which possibly how Mr. Sambit Patra said is a different issue. But what he pointed out, when Mr. Rahul Gandhi wanted to tell the nation that the Indian soldiers were not carrying weapons, which was incorrect, and I don't want to add more words to it. So this is, and when you talk about intrusion has taken place, has not taken place, territory has been captured, not captured. I have received no formal communication, unless if someone from the from the Congress party has a direct link in China where they have informed that we have ceded this point. That would be, but there is no official confirmation.
So let me put that question around intrusion.
He quoted about Parliament
to Colonel Ajay Shukla, who.
I may talk.
Okay, go on. I'll give you 30 seconds to complete. Go ahead, Mr. Rudy.
No. When you talk about Parliament, I think any government of the day, whether it is Congress government or BJP government, and if we have carried a legacy all around for the last 65 years, what we see China is not which happened yesterday. It has been happening for years. And there have been earlier situations in 2013, 2008, and so forth and so on. And India has been facing it, and the Indian armed forces have been doing extremely well. So what I want to say, it's a legacy which has come down. If I start asking Mr. Khera, what happened between 52 and 60 when 35,000 square kilometers of Aksai Chin was taken over by China? Nehru said in Parliament that not a blade of grass grows. I don't want to get into that. It's a legacy, and we have faith in the Prime Minister.
Okay.
One aspect, last sentence. Yeah, please. It's okay. Yeah.
So, Colonel Ajay Shukla, this question of intrusion, intelligence and response has now become massively political. in the satellite images that we put out, and I want to just walk across to the screen and show this to you before Colonel Shukla responds, you can actually see that the Chinese build-up that we showed you, there was a different build-up that we showed you yesterday, but the Chinese build-up that we showed you today is actually 40 kilometers along the Galwan Nala, and this is as the crow flies on Google. So this is not the actual distance, which will be more. This is 40 kilometers as the crow flies. And therefore, many in the army who are serving currently would say, if the Chinese are building up on their side, can you really call this an intelligence failure, Colonel Shukla?
I would only respond to that by saying that the Indian army seems to be under the impression, it has certainly put out statements to that effect, that they have interacted with the Chinese, they have made out a disengagement plan, and they have tried to implement that disengagement plan, which went wrong when the Chinese didn't disengage and resulted in some very regrettable casualties on the Indian side. But are you suggesting that this disengagement is being carried out with Chinese forces that are 40 kilometers across the line of control? Even a person with the most basic common sense, far less military knowledge, would tell you that for disengagement to take place, you first need engagement. An engagement would only take place, or a disengagement would only take place when an engagement has taken place on disputed territory, in this case on the Indian side of the line of actual control. So I really don't understand. You seem to have sort of taken one set of maps and one set of arguments and are trying to extrapolate it onto a situation that is actually existing on the line of actual control. Let's just give the Indian army its due and say that if they are disengaging from the Chinese, they are not disengaging from Chinese that are 40 kilometers on their side of the line of actual control.
General Ahluwalia come in on this, because there are two parts, and I want to make this very clear. These satellite images show Chinese military build-up in depth. The satellite images that we ran through Planet Labs yesterday was far closer to the line of actual control, and those two show Chinese military build-up, but right from the point of dispute, which is patrol point 14, the Chinese actually seem to have come back some distance. But as Colonel Ajay Shukla says, if there was no engagement, then what is the disengagement we're talking about? And this brings out the need for greater transparency, greater admission for people to actually know, General Ahluwalia, and would you agree with that, what the exact situation is? Because otherwise you pick up bits and blobs of the story without getting the full big picture.
Rahul, there are two very important points. One is disengagement and second is de-escalation. When we talk about disengagement, we are talking disengagement at the point of contact. That means two forces actually are in contact and that we now want to disengage them to go back to their original positions. De-escalation refers to diffusing the tension of the conflicts. The first step to de-escalation actually is disengagement. Second point that I want to make is, what is the aim of the Chinese this time, as it appears to me, is that they would like to change the alignment of the line of actual control purely because of the strategic road that has come up from Darbuk Shok to DBO. Because they feel that anything that comes up on that particular axis threatens Aksai Chin and, more importantly, the Western Express Highway, which is 179 kilometers running across from northeast, northwest to southeast. So therefore, one of the endeavors of the Chinese would be, if they want to in any form dominate that particular strategic road axis, they will try and reach out to a dominating height with a view to dominate the road axis. Now the point really simply is that patrolling point 14 has been the center of, shall I say, scuffle, as also the point which has been discussed at length. If that is somewhere close to the line of actual control, I would say that there is very limited. You can show up to 40 kilometers. What you do inside your own territory and what we do inside our own territory is our business. But what is available forward is very, very limited. I do not agree with Colonel Bhatt that a division size force actually has come in that area. I don't agree with that. Because just about a few tents across in those areas does not show. A division strength is more than 15,000 people with all their weapons, artillery, logistics, all that chain. So I would say that what Colonel Ajay Shukla has mentioned, that there has to be a point of contact which actually has to be disengaged. That is the point.
Rajiv Pratap Rudy respond to this, because intuitively it also makes sense that it is only when, and here's what I have understood by speaking to officers who are serving in 14 Corps in the Ladakh region, that there was an observation post. An observation post is used by gunners, by the artillery, to ensure that they can direct fire. There was an observation post which was noticed on the Indian side, which is what Colonel Babu and his soldiers objected to, which is why they went up to Patrol Point 14 to tell the Chinese army to pull back. But what that essentially means, shorn of military jargon, is that there was some structure, some deployment on the Indian side of the line of actual control, which is why there was a problem in the first place. If they were only in depth, if they were only on their side of the line of actual control, there'd never be a problem to start with. And that fundamental admission is what we haven't seen so far from the government. Rajiv Pratap Rudy.
Rahul, your assertions cannot be the truth, and this is what General Ahluwalia did exactly now. Because Colonel Bhatt said something, and he gave an argument. I don't have a defense background. I do not know as many things. When it starts with engagement to disengagement to de-escalation, all these terms we hear on the television and we read about it. So I'm not an expert. So I would say that whatever information comes to me is what you have said is your analysis of what you thought. You have done an excellent job. But that, if it is correct or not, and whatever is the information, and whether the colonel went up to that post, and these are all discussions which we informally seek from our friends and colleagues who are retired. And the retired people have a different viewpoint on their knowledge or
no,
information.
One second. Just because this conversation is kind of getting derailed, I want to put into context. One second, sir. One second. I just want to put into context the satellite images that we accessed are put out to make a larger point, which shows Chinese build-up in the Galwan Nala. It is not to suggest that this is the point of confrontation, because that's what we dealt with yesterday. That was a completely separate set of satellite pictures that we put out. What you're seeing today is how over 10 years they've built up a military deployment. Now, whether that is a battalion strength military deployment, a brigade strength military deployment, or a division strength military deployment is not what we are getting into on India today at all. What you can see with plain sight is that there is a significant Chinese deployment on the ground in that Nala going back. And yesterday we saw even closer to the LAC, there was Chinese deployment. I think the point that Ajay Shukla makes, and that's what you need to respond to at this moment, Rajiv Pratap Rudy, is that certainly there was some problem noticed on the Indian side of the line of actual control, which is why Colonel Babu went up in the first place. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a problem at all.
Rahul, we have lost our colonel, we have lost our soldiers, and they were not they were not gone for a picnic there. They were there for the job, committed to the nation, were ready to shed their lives for the nation. So that is what I understand. And I would, in no situation, and whatever Colonel Shukla is an ex-army man and didn't serve the army for a very long time because he retired prematurely, I presume. I would not challenge any army personnel in the field. And I don't have the wisdom or the know-how to challenge what is happening on the ground. So I would refrain as a spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Now that's a good point that you make. Now that's a good point that you make.
Of our soldiers,
Pawan Khera,
competency of the Indian Armed Forces.
You know, this is where I think the opposition needs to be mature and sensible, because most people who are watching, frankly, will not know the difference between a battalion strength, a brigade strength, and a division strength. It's military gibberish to them. And therefore, when the opposition starts attacking the government in the middle of a military confrontation, does it not muddy the waters?
I don't understand why asking questions of the government is considered an attack. The only government which doesn't want to respond to questions will treat this as an attack. This is not an attack. For God's sake, we are just asking you questions because army lives matter, soldiers' lives matter. Mr. Rudy, border management and border defense are two different things. The 96 treaty is for border management and not for border defense. आप जानते हैं डिसएंगेजमेंट की प्रक्रिया चल रही है, आप जानते हैं एक प्रॉब्लम है, कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है, और फिर वो अगर अनाम जा रहे हैं, there is a line of command in the army. For God's sake, don't mislead the country. How on earth were they attacked, and how did we lose 20 of our soldiers? Is a question which everybody will ask. Don't hide behind these fig leaves of agreements of 96. How much territory? I understand completely, Mr. Rudy, as spokespersons, you and I cannot answer for the governments. But the government of the day has to respond to kitna territory hamara gaya, how many kilometers. If General Panag is to be believed 40 to 50 kilometers, square kilometers, 60 square, kitna territory China andar aa chuka hai? This is a question which we need to know as Indians. Forget opposition questions, attack. How do you treat questioning as attack? Are you, Rahul Kamal, attacking me when you're asking me a question? No. You're doing your job by asking me a question. And it's a job of an opposition party to ask the questions which the country wants to ask of its government.
Respond to that,
Can I
Mr.
come
Rudy.
in now?
Yes,
Wait,
Mr.
let me
Rudy,
finish.
is that not fair in a democracy?
Yes.
Is that
I
not
will
what
finish.
sets
Yes.
China apart from India?
Today,
That in
if we
India,
do
the
not
opposition can
get
ask
these
questions and the
answers,
government must
we are helping
respond.
the Chinese side. We
Okay.
end up helping the Chinese side.
Let
in
Mr.
saying
Rudy
Mr.
respond to
Chowdhury.
that.
You see, now look at this gentleman called Mr. Pawan Khera. He is screaming as
I'm not
if the
screaming.
country
Sorry, I'm
has
sorry.
come to
Just
an
mind
end.
your words. I'm not
Just
screaming.
a second, my friend,
No,
when
I'm
you're
sorry.
speaking
This is
for
no way of engaging with an opposition party. What do you mean screaming?
No.
I have every right to ask you questions. If you don't have answers, be quiet. But you have no business saying I'm screaming. What nonsense is this, Mr. Rudy?
Yes. Now I can I start?
Mr.
Can I start?
Rudy,
Look at
first
this
behave
gentleman
One second.
talking
Pawan
nonsense.
Khera,
Look,
let
look.
this
No, I'm
conversation
sorry,
not
now you're coming to
degenerate
my
because
behavior.
it's being monitored not just in India, it's being monitored by the diplomatic
So
circle, it's
therefore,
being
he
monitored
has
in
to
China
behave
as
like a
well.
responsible
No, one
government,
second. Pawan Khera,
representative.
you've
He
leveled some
can't talk like
charges.
a
I'm going to
I'm sorry, he
one
can't
second.
talk like this.
That fader goes down. You've
cannot-
leveled some charges. I'm going to allow Rajiv Pratap Rudy to respond to them. Mr. Rudy.
So my question here is, Mr. Pawan Khera has spoken what he wanted to speak. And he says that in India, the country has come to an end and there would be no more questions being answered by the government. The opposition would not receive an answer in parliament. The whole institution of government of India and Indian democracy has come to an end. Because Mr. Pawan Khera wants all the answers which has happened there right away. And he has a proof because he possibly has connections in China which have informed him that there is an intrusion and that territory has been captured. Just a second, you said anything? Look at this man.
You
Let
Now
the
this
viewers watch.
debate will degenerate.
You have to
No,
be-
one second.
I-
You've raised
I
a
cannot
valid
talk
point.
to
Now,
this.
Pawan Khera's fader has to stay down. Pawan, I can't allow you to start shouting because then we're not having a conversation. Then it's just tu meh, throwing stones at each other. You've made an important point. Let Rajiv Rudy respond to that.
So everyone would like to say. So there is, you see, government. If actually let's Rahul, if land has been captured, do you think the world will not come to know? Do you think Indians will not come to know? But at this point of time, no one has the facts. Now, what he is doing, trying to politicize and whip up that there is a gentleman who is the prime minister who says 56 inch ka China, and all this doesn't go to the viewers, boss. What we want to say is, if this has happened, it would be acknowledged. If it has not happened, it will not be acknowledged. And the government will tell you what has happened.
Okay.
Why are you doing it? Exactly what they said. When the figures were not coming up, they said, what has happened? We were transparent. We came and told that so many soldiers died, they martyred. Every time, now the leader of the Congress party, which Mr. Pawan Khera represents, says that the soldiers went there unarmed, Indian army was sent unarmed. So you are not questioning the government. Today you are demoralizing and questioning the Indian army.
Okay,
and the
so I have
Congress is
time
going
only
to
for
be
one
hit
final
back
word from Colonel
because
Ajay
of your
Shukla. Where you see
insensibility
the
of
story
situation.
go next. One
Rahul,
second.
may I just clarify
Come
your
on.
point? Rahul, may I?
I'm out of times. Okay, let Pawan Khera is agitated. He wants to respond to
gone
Rajiv
crazy.
Rudy. So Pawan Khera first. Okay, Pawan Khera, go on.
No, he's agitated. So let agitated people not talk to me.
We are a strong
He's
nation,
agitated.
we are a strong army,
He's
but
gone
a weak
confused.
government. We
Now
want
you have
answers
come on the
from the
track.
government.
Now you have come on the track.
Don't hide behind the
Now
fig leaves.
government will
96
respond. It is the
कितना
spokesperson.
कब्जा हुआ है टेरिटरी का, ये
You
हमारा
have gone,
हक और
you have-
अधिकार है जानने का. बीच में मत बोलिए आप.
हाँ तो बताया जाएगा ना भैया.
कुछ नहीं, आप नहीं बताएंगे, आपको
आपको
मालूम ही
I
नहीं क्या
have
हो रहा
lost
है.
your cool.
I am not losing my cool. I am
That
upset.
is what
We've
everyone is
seen
watching.
20 dead bodies being of our martyrs today. I have a
Yes,
different way of
yes,
expressing my sorrow.
as if you are.
I'm out of
This
time.
man
This
actually
conversation
cannot
is
laugh
going to
today.
go
I'm sorry.
nowhere.
Yes,
The opposition
better
leveling all these charges, but I'm completely out of time. but we will get Colonel Shukla and others back as we keep looking at this story and building up to it.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.